We've got some Week 11 OFL football as the 4-5 New England Patriots coming off a nice win last week on the stream versus Miami Dolphins. Are going to be taking on the 6-3 Arizona Cardinals, coming off an embarrassing 35-6 loss over the San Francisco 49ers, who they play next week, by the way. So the Cardinals, as you can tell, not an easy stretch here. 2 out of 3 games against the Niners, the best roster on paper in the league. And then here against the only other candidate for the best roster on paper in the league is there's Keenan Allen with a nice gain of 23 to open things up. And then from the 19, here's Jared Goff, the reigning league MVP. A nice pass over to his target. I believe that's Mike Evans. Hard to tell because the Pats have so many good ones. That one was Evans in the end zone for 6. And New England will strike first, his 5th score of the season. So here's Arizona. Joe Mixon going backwards for a loss of about 3. Telvin Smith and Jake Ryan there with the tackle. A few plays later, it's now 2nd and 3 for Arizona's. Here's Mr. Biscuit, Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback, and he's going downstairs where Daddy hides the vodka. Joey Bosa brings him down. Big game for Bosa, by the way. 3.5 sacks for him, as he has been dominant this season for New England. And that ball is out. Bobby Wagner jars it loose. It's recovered by Casey Hayward, and the Cardinals would get it back. But they wouldn't do too much with it so far, as there's Bosa with the sack on first down. He is in the zone. That would lead to a 2nd and long. Cardinals' offensive line has to do better, and they wouldn't do too much better on this play as Chandler Jones nearly brings him down. Trubisky makes a great play evading the pressure over to Curtis Samuel. He's a speedster, and he's gone like a rocket. 78 yards to the house for an Arizona touchdown, and this game is going to be tied up at 7 apiece. So now the Cardinals will get it back. 3rd down. There's a nice pass, bringing it to the 2-minute warning. Arizona's offense is looking pretty nice up to this point. And then from the 46, Trubisky hit as he throws, and it's picked off. You can't spell intercepted without the D. There's Ronald Darby taking it the distance. And the Patriots are back on top 14-7. As Trubisky knows a thing or two about pick sixes. Those happen quite often with him. And he gets intercepted again. Jalen Mills this time with the play, the Green Goblin. And then Mike Evans with a late first half touchdown. So Trubisky has gone full falling apart mode. And the Pats are now up by 2 scores as we advance to the second half. There's Joe Mixon getting hit in the backfield just like he hit. That's actually not Joe Mixon. I was going to make a hitting women joke, but now I can't. That's Jeremy Hill, actually, who does not get the first. But the Cardinals would force the fumble the next drive. Bobby Wagner punches it out, and it'd be recovered by Kevin Byard, the safety. So Arizona's in the red zone. They have a golden opportunity to do something. And how are they gonna respond? They're gonna mess it up. Joey Bosa, Telvin Smith, each there with the sack. That will lead to a 3rd and goal now from the 12. And in Trubisky fashion, they'll find a way to mess it up as the ball is out, picked up by New England. Robert Kimdichie recovers it. But you know what the Cardinals would say? What you can do, we can do even better. Bobby Wagner with his 3rd forced fumble of the game. This time he picks it up and is untouched like weekend homework for 6. And the Cardinals cut the lead down to 7. This has definitely been one of the more exciting games of this season. And the Pats aren't moving too much farther as there is Derrick Henry losing about 2. 3rd and 9 now. Welcome to the 4th quarter. That's Larry Ogunjobi, the beast out of Charlotte, sacking Goff. Cardinals would get the ball back. They do nothing with it. So now it's 3rd and 8. Here's Goff surveying the field, taking a shot deep for Randy Moss. Oh, wait, that's Mike Evans, sorry. But what's the difference? As Evans goes up for the Randy Moss-like catch. And New England is now in the driver's seat, but not for much longer. Another fumble. This time it would be recovered by New England, by one of the guards. But still, Arizona's fumble-forcing crew has had themselves a day. You know who else has had himself a day? Kind of. That would be Mitchell Trubisky, playing relatively well outside of a 2 picks late in the first half as he runs for 24 on the ground, making it look easy. So now the Cardinals are in striking distance. They should be able to score, right? Wrong. Joey Bosa with his 3rd and a half sack of the game. So now New England just needs to chew some clock and finish this sucker off. As Goff on first down gets it to Evans for a big first down, but the 2-minute warning timeout comes in, which is big for Arizona, but New England is in field goal range. Ryan Suckup would make it from about 42 yards, and that's how this game would end. 24-14, New England gets the win. They improved to 5-5. Despite the slow start, it looks like the Patriots might be resurrecting themselves, and they're still a threat to go far in the postseason. Cardinals, meanwhile, after starting off, I want to say 5-0? They're now 6-4. So let's check around the rest of the league, starting with the Steelers, who dominate the Browns. 4 touchdown passes from Teddy Bridgewater. All 4 caught by Randall Cobb. So I suppose that is interesting. And the Steelers still got themselves a chance to potentially win that division. Redskins beat the Panthers 35-32. Excellent game from the rookie Tua Tagovailoa. The star-studded backfield of Mahomes and McCaffrey didn't do too well, or they didn't do too bad themselves. It was just the Panthers' defense that really struggled in this one. Next up, we got the Vikings over the Saints in an upset. Big game for the rookie Joe Burrow. And the Saints are a team stuck in the middle. I mean, they're in a tight division. Carolina currently is the lead in there. But I could see the Saints certainly making a run for a wild card spot. We got the Texans over the Baltimore Ravens. Houston, after starting off 0-7, has now won their 3rd straight. Maybe, just maybe, Houston can do something. I'm just kidding. Houston's not going to be able to do something. But anything's possible, I suppose. Got the Giants over the Cowboys. Big win for New York. And that NFC East is really tight. All 4 of those teams are over 500. So that's going to be a dogfight till the end of the season. Dominant win in Motown, 49-24. Falcons over the Lions. Nice games from Aaron Rodgers and Darius Geis, respectively. 2 touchdowns for DeAndre Hopkins. And the Falcons are sort of like the Saints. They're in the middle. They're a little bit behind Carolina. Let's see what they can do. Packers beat the Bears in overtime, 33-27. And the Bears had a giant lead of this division at the beginning of the season. And the Packers have now tied them. Both teams sitting at a record of 5-5. So it's probably going to be one of those 2 teams that win the division, Lions and Vikings. We got a big upset here. Jets over the Colts. This is a surprise. Indy's been playing extremely well these past couple of weeks. Jets have not. But New York does get the win. I believe they still do have the worst record in the league, if I'm not mistaken. We got the Rams over the Dolphins. So now New England has tied Miami in the division at 5-5. Rams, meanwhile, at 3-7, pretty much out of the crowded NFC West. They're probably hoping for some sort of miracle wild card spot. Got a nice game from Russell Wilson as the Titans beat the Jaguars. Jacksonville start off 5-0, and they've lost 5 in a row. So now Jacksonville's at 5-5, 3rd in that division. Titans currently looking good at the moment. Colts as well. Chiefs over Broncos. This could be an AFC Championship rematch. Probably the 2 best teams in the conference up to this point this year. But Kansas City does get the win. The Chiefs had the best record in the league at 8-2. So watch out for them. Chargers beat the Raiders 28-7. Tom Brady with 3 touchdown passes. And the Chargers are also a threat in that division. You got to watch out for Los Angeles as well to sneak up on KC or Denver. Seahawks destroy the Bucs, and after having a nice season last year, it has not been pleasant for Tampa Bay. I guess head coach Cody Goforth's impact was really there by showing up in the Discord twice every month or so. Wink, wink. Got the Eagles over the Bengals in a nice game. Philly goes up to 7-3. They're a game ahead of everybody else in the NFC East. Bengals, meanwhile, go down to 6-4. They still lead their division. And then the final game of the week on Thursday Night Football, the Niners come back over the Bills, 24-17. Not a crazy game from anybody on the Niners, but a good team win. San Francisco now sits at 7-3, winners of 4 in a row, and finally have sole possession of the NFC West for the first time this season. here's a look at your Week 12 schedule and then Week 13 as well, because I plan on streaming this weekend. And I think rather than doing 2 games for Week 12, just to speed things up, I might do 1 game for Week 12, show all the scores, and then 1 for Week 13, and then show up the scores from there. So let's look at the division. Your division leaders are Cincy, Indy, Miami via tiebreaker, and then Kansas City. Meanwhile, in the ONFC, we got a tie between the Packers and the Packers and the Bears, sorry. Looks like Green Bay currently gets the tiebreaker. In the South, Carolina a game ahead of Atlanta, 2 games ahead of New Orleans. Eagles, as I mentioned, game ahead of everybody in the East. And then in the West, Niners a game ahead of Arizona, 2 ahead of Seattle. So looking at your seedings, Chiefs 1, Colts 2, Bengals 3, Dolphins 4, Broncos 5. And then you got the Titans at the 6th spot, I believe. Meanwhile, in the ONFC, Panthers 1. I scrolled by that way too quick. Panthers 1. I don't remember the rest. So your players of the week: Ryan Tannehill, Bobby Wagner, Russell Wilson, Matt Milano. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Have a good one. Peace out.